Great, hi. We're on quest 34. We're in the wonderful place of Elgin in the county of Moray in Scotland. It's Thursday, the 3rd of March 2022. And what a great way to celebrate a new month, but come to a wonderful building like this. This building, its construction really come to an end in 1820, but it had extensions on that were completed around about 1826. Now you're probably wondering, well, why are we at the Holy Trinity Church, which is where we are. There's two line reasons really. There's a link to my family line for the Fordham line, and through marriage into the MacAndrews and the MacAndrews over the time. And the MacAndrews, as you'll see in the graveyards and cemeteries in this area, they'll be in an abundance of MacAndrews. So this is where they spawn out of in Elgin, really. It's the threshold. The second thing is that, it isn't the second thing, it's the most important thing, is that it's said in tales that the Grail was here in between 232 AD and 241 AD, which is about 9 years or so, that it is said that the Grail was here. The church wasn't here. We know that there was other chapels built in the area, you know, that could have housed it. So why this place? Because it's about what's below the church, as we always know. It's always about what's below the church. But I want to show you some of these things wonderfully. Let's have just a little tour around. The window here, and that's the first thing that I think you really see, is that the entire church is coated in fleur-de-lis. And that particular symbol there is quite interesting. You've got the 4 circles of the seasons, followed by the square, going into a circle. So it is the fourth. What is a square? An angle of 90 degrees of the fourth part of a circle, as the mathematician would say, or even in Masonic terms. So very fascinating symbology there as we track on. And this one has pretty much the same, really, I guess, in the sense that we've got the fleur-de-lis with a different portion. And this time it's in quadrants, which is quite interesting. Nice to see the red rose embedded within there, you know, we can see that quite clearly. And we can also see up there we've got the sheath, and we've also got the eye. Now the pyramid eye, which is quite interesting, represented in a very different way to what it is in modern day terms. Most people say, oh, if you see the eye of the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, we imagine this little pyramid with an eye and the little waves of sunbeams coming out of it. But what we're really looking at, if we look at real eyes of the pyramid, we're looking at this almost perpendicular. We're almost looking at this wonderful green circle there with the red part in the middle. You know, that's really the true meaning of the all-seeing eye. But in modern days, modernised, I guess. Moving on. I think it's got a great feel about the place. It's got great energy, that's for sure. What was interesting, I will share this on camera when we go around there. And believe what you may. When I came around here to the very small, discreet chapel area of Our Lady, when I passed through here, I came to look round here, I was forced and pushed down, and I literally was pushed down here, which is quite interesting, almost like I was forced to kneel, I guess. So that was a very interesting point to pick up on. Experiences are always the main thing with these churches. Lovely cloth, lovely tapestry there. Look at this, great. I love the style of cross that's being used across the area. It's quite a nice style to use, really, as we go around. Very nice detail. Plain but simple but effective. Very effective, which is good. I'm just going around here. Let's not forget this fellow. Wonderfully carved eagle. And let's not forget the beautiful fleur-de-lis below it. So the eagle and the fleur-de-lis, they always go hand in hand, really, in a representation. And it's nice to see that very discreet note there as well. I'm just going around over here. A couple of things I want to show you over here, which is quite nice. I mean, they're all nice actually, and these are modern pieces of work. But this I find absolutely wonderful. And if you look cleverly, you can see the little rose and the cross there. It's got a rose, little engraved rose, and every single part of the cross there, which is wonderful detail. To look, you wouldn't realise, but you get really close, you can see, look, there's the engraved rose in it, which is amazing, really nice to see. Lovely piece of artwork. I'd like to know where they got that from, actually. Probably made, it looks like it's been made for the church. This is wonderful as well, isn't it? But let me bring you to the special. Let me bring you to the finale of the aspect. And that's this fellow. And look at that, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful piece of artwork. Original, obviously. Wonderful piece of artwork there. We can see the wonderful chalice, as it were. But please make a note of the way that their hands are marked. They're telling you a tale. They're telling you something. But you just got to work out what they're trying to tell you, I guess. And please note the feet. Here. These feet here. Yeah. Crossed almost in a T and a tau. T-A-U in a tau position. Which is quite interesting as well. So all in all, the actual church is amazing. Let me take you up to this altar whilst we're here and just show you the high altar, as I call it. Again, beautiful. The engraved on that part there on the pulpit. And to blink, you'd almost miss it. On these bars here, we've got the fleur-de-lis again. So everywhere you go, the fleur-de-lis is here. As it should be. Which is truly, truly amazing. Coming around here again, you can see it's a wonderful artwork. I like the fact that we've got the Trinity of Elgin with the St Margaret's of Lossiemouth as well. We know that this church has a small section that represents to St Columba as well, but it isn't really recognised these days in modern day terms. But there is a respect for that. I love the detail on it, as my learned friend Janice said at the beginning. When you first look at it, some people see a bird, but you look at it closer, then you see the mother and the child. So it's a wonderful play on the imagery there. Very nice. Okay, I won't walk around there for fear of you guys not seeing what I want to show you, but I just want you to pan round there and have a good look at that high altar and just look at those beautiful pieces of artwork. I know what we're seeing here today is obviously probably not the same quality that you're seeing there because the light change is slightly different, so you might not see the full detail, I guess. But the only two I want you to see, and Janice, you can just stay there for a moment, I guess, so you can come round. I'm sure you can get to those two. I just want to show you those two pieces. Again, I don't know how much you can see, fleur-de-lis in the circle, beautiful, encased by other aspects of the fleur-de-lis. Yeah, and most importantly, please note these going round. Yeah, the quarters, the quarter signs going round, which is lovely. Absolutely, it's a gorgeous piece of work. Something that I really am pleased to see. I'm pleased to see it's still here actually, which is good. Lamb of God, the innocents there. Interesting enough that I said the Lamb of God isn't really what people think it is. It's something quite different. So yeah, there's a different schools of thought on that. Beautiful artworks. The church is very well looked after. You can see that. Reverend Tembu is a very affording chap. He kindly opened the church for us today when it wouldn't normally be open at this point in time. So that was really nice of him. Want to make a mention to him and say thank you very much. It's nice to know that some of the clergy are affording of the work that we do and what people do. Let me just show you this part as well. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So we've got this is a beautiful crown here, beautiful works there. Lots of detail again, very intricate. And then we've got the flag flying there, which is quite nice. The Red Cross. So all in all, it's been a beautiful church. I'm sure it's well looked after. It certainly seems well looked after. So we're in Elgin, in Moray in Scotland, quest 34.